confident knowing you came to the tournament as your second seed?
Yeah, because I knew that my first draw was going to be somebody I should beat. So it's not going to be a tough one right off the bat. So it gives you a little confidence going into your first match.
After your semifinal match, how did you feel knowing you had a guaranteed spot for sectionals?
I mean, I've been working hard. You know, I don't want to sound cocky and say I expect to go to sectionals, but I've put in the work and I've done what I need to do up to here. So I was surprised when I knew I was going to sectionals.
Did you celebrate after winning your semifinal?
Yeah. See, with team, like we have a little crew called the Dream Team, and after I pinned the kid, walking to the center, I was just going like this to my teammates, you know, just let them know that I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it for everybody, you know, so we're all together.
How did you feel going into your finals knowing that you had lost to that opponent?
I don't know, you have to have the same mentality going into any match. Of course you want to win. And I knew that if I was stuck as head block, I had the match, because ever since I've lost to him, I've been working really hard for this match. I knew it was going to come again, and I've just been working really hard, and I knew that if I stopped this head block, I could win.
And how did you feel when you won?
I was happy, you know. I was really happy. I wanted to get the big poster that everybody was getting. All the Oak Park kids, and they all had posters, and I wanted one. So I was happy to get that. I'm happy to go on a sectionals and keep wrestling.
And did you celebrate after the final tournament?
No, man. See, this is wrestling season. The most celebration we get to have right now is staying up late and eating junk food. So that's what I did. Stayed up late and ate some junk food.
And what will you be doing this week to prepare for your sectionals?
Training has been increased. You know, its intensity. It's the hardest I've been training my whole life. Sprints, wrestling live, it's going crazy. The athletic PEs helped a lot because it gives me another workout throughout the day. I got to think Stark, you know, he's really pushing me. My coach is pushing me, and I'm just training. It's the hardest I've ever trained.
How do you feel going into your sectional tournament as a regional champ?
Confident. It's nice to know that you guys. I got two since I'm seated. I got two guys that have to wrestle each other to see who wrestles me, and I get to sit there and watch them wrestle. So I kind of get an overview of their strategies, how they wrestle, and it's nice, you know, being able to relax the first round and being able to see guys wrestling into it.
Do you feel a lot of pressure knowing that it's just you and another teammate going into it?
Oh yeah, that's what it just kills me. You know, I wish that I could share this experience with my team. I don't know who would hit harder, them or me. You know, because of them not making it to the sectionals, and it's stressful. It's I don't know. It's kind of I wanted to be there with my team, and it's hard to be me and Tyler. Me and Tyler, we're gonna do everything we can. We're gonna work hard and all, but it's nice to have your team backing you up.
How do you feel about yourself going into this tournament?
I feel confident. You know, I've been training. I'm ready. I'm hungry. I'm just gonna wrestle the best I can. I'm gonna try to hurt some kids. And I'm just trying to get as far as I can, and hopefully I can do it.
Do you think Tyler will do good?
Yeah. If Tyler wrestles up to his ability, he can beat anybody. He's a tough kid. We've been training as hard as we possibly can. Tyler's one of the toughest kids I know. He can pick anybody, and he's really dangerous on top. So if he gets in that position, he can cradle anybody. And I'm very confident where we stand in this tournament.
What are the keys to making it to state?
Dedication. Wrestling takes the most dedication I've ever seen. You know, it's a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work, a lot of perseverance. It's more than physically being able to do it. You have to mentally want it, and if you want it in your head and you're doing everything you can to accomplish that goal, then I don't see what's stopping you.
And after last year, what do you think your chances are of making it to state?
See, I don't know. I've only been wrestling. This is my third year wrestling. I'm still really inexperienced, match-wise. And last year I put myself to my back, and I put myself in a situation to where I didn't go to state. And I feel like I'm wrestling a lot smarter. I have a whole other year under my belt, and so I think I'm going to state. If I wrestle hard and wrestle smart, I think I'm going to state.
Going into the tournament as a second seed, did you feel more confident about your ability?
Yeah. Being a second seed basically means that you're better than everyone you're going to wrestle. And knowing I was going to get a kid first that was a lot lower skill level than I really gave me confidence going into it.
How did you feel to win your semifinal match by 1 point?
I think I was just so excited. It was like an unreal feeling for me because not being on varsity for 3 years, and this is my first year on varsity, going to sectionals, me being the only one other than Javi, it's just really like a surreal feeling. I just felt like I was supposed to win, but I didn't.
Did you celebrate after winning your semifinal?
Yeah, me and like a little group, we have a dream team, and I gave them that sign and just let them know that it's about the team now, and doing it for them now, just ourselves.
After your semifinal match, how did you feel knowing you were going to sectionals?
It was a pretty good feeling knowing that even if I lost my finals match or place match, that I didn't have to worry about anything. And I would have liked to win my place match, but still, going to sectionals is just a great feeling.
In the finals, how did you feel to take down a wrestler that was ranked a lot?
It's a pretty good feeling because, again, I was never on varsity before this year, and I'm not ranked, and taking down someone that's ranked 11th at the stage that's just a big thing to do, and I was pretty excited about it.
So did you celebrate after the tournament?
Well, I went home and ate a lot, so that's pretty fun. That's my way to celebrate everything.
How did you feel going into your sectional tournament, being a regional runner-up?
It feels pretty good. Being a regional runner-up means that I wrestle someone who plays third in another regional, so I'm above them. And being a runner-up, I could have won my finals match, and knowing that just lets me have more confidence in everyone else I wrestle.
Is there a lot of pressure knowing that it's only you and Javi going into it?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure because it's all focused on us. Even at practice, they're only focused on us. And it's a bummer that the rest of our team's not in it, but we just have to focus on ourselves right now. It's not for the team anymore; it's for us.
How do you feel you will perform?
I think I'll do good if I just need to focus and do what I can do. I can't let anything get in my head, and I just have to wrestle.
How do you think Javi will perform?
I think Javi will take sectional. He'll be sectional champ. He's peaking at the right time, and I don't think anyone can stop him.
What will you be doing this week to prepare yourself for sectionals?
I'm going to be doing the hardest practices that I've ever done in my life. I'll be running a lot, lifting a lot, wrestling a lot, and just doing everything I need to do to prepare myself to win.
What are the keys to making it to state?
You really just have to work hard and you just gotta, even if you lose or run into a tough situation, you just gotta wrestle through it and be tough. If you sit there and mope about it, and if you lose your first match, you gotta wrestle back and get into the third and fourth place match. And you just can't get down on yourself.
And being a first-year starter, how do you feel things have changed from last year?
Things have really changed since last year. If I went into the regional tournament last year, I probably would have got pinned by every kid. This year, just everything's so much different. Better condition, more smart wrestler, I'm a better wrestler. Just everything's falling together at the right time.
Hi, so what did you say to Javi and Talon before the semifinal?
I just told them to keep doing what they're doing, and they've been very successful up until this point, and it's because they wrestle well within their ability, and so I just told them it's just another match. When you start put a little bit more pressure on yourself, and you can tighten up a little bit. I just wanted to keep them relaxed, stay loose, go out and do your thing, and they did.
Oh, how about their finals?
The finals, a little bit different because now you're wrestling for a first round bye at the sectional. The regional champion gets a first round bye at the sectional. So, we want to make sure that they stay relaxed, but at the same time they understand that they have something to wrestle for. And so, I told both of them, you're wrestling for a first round bye at sectionals. Don't be satisfied being in the finals. We have to get to a place where we're not satisfied being in the championship match, that we're committed to winning it all the time.
Okay. So how did you feel about them?
I felt good. Obviously I want to, I'm happy for them individually. I would have liked to see us get more guys through, but at the same time we had a pretty brutal regional, so tough teams up and down, but they were the guys that got it done when they needed to get it done. So.
Yeah, how do you feel about bringing two competitors though?
Well, it's when you get to the sectional, it's everybody. Some teams have 0 guys. Some teams have all 14 guys, and everybody else kind of falls somewhere in between. So I don't think it's it's not really a negative situation. It's just kind of, it is what it is. We got 2 guys through, and the goal is to get both those guys down.
What about regionals?
What about regionals?
How do you feel about that they perform in regionals?
Oh, I feel pretty good. We were, like I said, we are in a tough regional. When it gets to late in the season, there's not much additional that you're going to do to get in better shape or to improve technically. It's just a matter of going out and committing to your attacks and kind of being on a relentless attack all the time. And so, bottom line is, I think we competed to our ability. To get more guys through, we would have had to wrestle beyond our ability, and it didn't shake out that way. So.
How do you feel the performance will be?
At sectionals, I'm real confident with where we're at. I'm real confident with where Tyler sits in the bracket. But the sectional is the sectional. You got to beat somebody good to get down. So, that's really the way it is across the board at all weight classes. We feel real confident with where Javi is. There's a kid that's wrestling into him that's got 25 wins, but he isn't anybody that we're real concerned about. And the kid that he could potentially make in the semifinals is a kid that he's already beaten. So we feel real confident about where he's at, and where both of them are in the bracket, because I think it's the best situation to get each of them down.
Okay. What do you think Tyler and Javi would do differently this week compared to us?
Well, for Tyler specifically, we need to capitalize on correct some of the mistakes that we made last weekend. We need to wrestle better out of single leg. We got to have a better single leg defense. And he's really long and scrappy, so we can put him in positions to where he can end the match on a dime. We wrapped in a few additional techniques this week that. We want to put our opponents in certain situations so we have the ability to end the match quickly. So for Javi, it's really just a matter of continuing to build on the offense that he's generated in the last few weeks. He has become multi-dimensional as far as his offense is concerned in the last about month or so. We've really kind of wrapped in a few other things that cater to his athletic ability, because he weighs about 225 pounds and he's wrestling heavyweight. So he has to use his speed and agility and continue to have a kind of a multi-dimensional offense. And so it's just kind of continuing to fine-tune some of the techniques that we've wrapped in the last month or so, and hopefully it takes.
Definitely. Do you think there's be more pressure on wrestlers since they're not competing?
I don't think so. I think pressure is something that you should thrive on as a competitor. It's not a lot of times people have a negative pressure becomes a negative thing. I think pressure is a good thing. I think it shows that you care about winning, that you care about and it gives you a sense of urgency, and not necessarily it being a negative sense of urgency, but it gives you a positive sense of urgency that you got to go out and you got to score right away. You can't wait for things to come to you, because they're not going to. And we tell guys all the time, like, the more you're on the attack, the less he is. And so we need to go out and attack from the very beginning. And I think we're going to be pretty successful.
What do you believe the keys are to making a mistake?
I think that the biggest thing is not wrestling outside of your ability. Putting yourself in positions and continuing to wrestle where you're good. Tyler is really good from a front headlock, and he's really good on top. So we need to make sure that we capitalize on opportunities to score from those positions. Javi's really good out of an underhook, and he's really good from a body lock. We have to make sure that we take advantage of those opportunities to score. So, I think where kids get into trouble is they start doing things that they're not used to doing, or they don't typically do in a match. And when you start wrestling outside of your ability, you can kind of lose your flow a little bit. So I think just staying within the scope of their ability and wrestling in positions where they're good and putting their opponent in positions where they're good. I think are the keys.
How do you see things changing for Javi compared to last year's section?
Well, I think to that note, you know, Javi was about 10 seconds from qualifying for the state tournament last year, and he wrestled outside of his ability. You know, he needed to score, and he shot a high crotch takedown when he's never shot one of those in his life. So, you know, it's just staying where you're good, being comfortable, being confident, wrestling from ahead instead of behind. We always want to make sure that we get on the offense right away and score first, because it's composure-wise, it's a lot easier to wrestle from, you know, when you're up by 2 or 3 or 4 as opposed to being behind by 2 or 3 or 4. So just wrestling within his ability, and like I said, his offense has become multi-dimensional in the last few weeks, and he's wrestling better than he ever has in his entire life, and so we're at a really comfortable place with him.
Okay. And lastly, how has Heather changed from the year before? It's been her first year at varsity and regional runner-up.
I think this is just really the first time that Tyler's been fully committed to what he's doing in every aspect. You know, the reason that he has been so successful this year is because everything about his preparation and competition is flawless, from his diet, nutrition, to his sleep, to staying on top of his schoolwork. You know, wrestling it's very much a team sport, but it's an individual sport, and if you're going to be good, you need to be selfish. And so, you know, he has been appropriately selfish in many regards, making sure that everything that he does is perfect. Every day when he has an opportunity to come in the room and train, that his training is perfect, that his conditioning is perfect, that every facet of life that requires you to be, you know, is required of you to be a successful wrestler, he has done. And I think that level of commitment is going to carry on very well with him after high school. You know, we're looking at him wrestling in college, and so I think that, you know, it's that level of commitment that not just teaches you to be a better wrestler, but to be a better person.
Good. Thank you for sharing this.